Alrighty then, UFC, and we kind of stumbled on this by accident yesterday. UFC 306 gate outdoes uh Canelo and Berlanga by $5 million, even though the venue was smaller. Let's see if we can pull up the pay-per-view numbers. We couldn't get the pay-per-view numbers. And a lot of times with UFC, they lose international numbers to boost their numbers up. Yeah, they use international numbers. Like when the domestic numbers in America ain't good enough, they say, well, it did 1 million domestically, and you know what I'm saying? So it's obviously not known. But a lot of people say that they think that the numbers are not out yet, but a lot of people think that excuse me, a lot of people think the PBC numbers are fake from the Canelo Berlanga card. And you know, my opinion, I know they don't put out real numbers, and I don't have the real number, so I couldn't even tell you. I'm just gonna run with the 650 that they said, or the 750,000. But in perspective, to let you know, the difference of a venue, real quick, between the Spear and T-Mobile. So let's see what the Spear hold. I'm not sure it's been open long enough to know what it hold for an MMA and boxing event. Sometimes they have that information. Yeah, sometimes they have that information, and sometimes they don't have that information. So the venue actually holds 18,000, including the floor 20. So it's close to the T-Mobile for the most part. Let's see if they got it with the venue. As far as sometimes it ain't been open long enough. Sometimes they tell you what it hold for a boxing event, what it hold for this or that. So it holds 20,000 people. For a boxing event, it's probably close to 20,000. So it's, and the venues are very close. But I heard they didn't have that many tickets available neither, though. Like, you know, I don't know. I think there was only 13 or 15,000 tickets available. So when the venues open a little bit longer, then you get these right here. For basketball, hold 20. For boxing, T-Mobile hold 18. You know, wrestling 20, ice hockey 17.5, concerts 12 to 20,000. So you get that. So but in addition to that, so you start to hear what they, you know, what it holds with all that. So it's different, but I can't remember how many tickets was available, and I can pull that up. Let me see. You know, let's see if we can pull that up. Let's see. So the tickets that were made available for that venue for that fight was 16,024. So only, that's what I was telling y'all when they were saying, like, when Crawford fought you know, Madrimov, and they were saying, well, they only sold 18,000 tickets and the venue was 21,000 for it depends on the event. You got to understand, for a lot of these events, a lot of the arenas closed out for the production. So if they walking out a certain way, that's about 5,000 to 7,000, anywhere from, you know, 5,000 to 7,000 tickets that's not available because of the stage walkout or the production. So yeah, you make some of that back up in floor tickets, especially in, you know, how expensive they are. But a lot of times, see, that venue said it hold 20,000, but for a boxing, for an MMA event, it was only 16,024. So that's the difference. See, a lot of people sit there and they, you know, they don't know what they talking about. You got to, you know, factor all that in. So you got to factor that in. But UFC 306 shatters 4 records as astonishing numbers reveal after historic event at the Spear. It says UFC 306 made history in almost every aspect with the event at the Spear, sending 4 records tumbling. President Dana White produced and held first ever combat sports started card at the Las Vegas new iconic immersive venue Spear 306, headlined by Sean O'Malley, which I believe he lost, in Marab. I can't pronounce his name. It was reported that the MMA promotion that spent $20 million putting together the event with which was the hottest ticket in town. So the reason why it was the hottest ticket in town, not just because Sean O'Malley, you see the light show. That's what the thing about the venue, about the Sphere is. They got lights on the outside of the venue, and you can see the lights on this big old screen in the venue, so you can see all this lighting that's there, and that's what it's about. It's about the light show, and it's about the visuals, and that's why it's so expensive. And they lost money their first year operating. So, in most businesses, self-made businesses, you lose money your first year. you know. And it's expensive to run all those lights too. And the turn because they got to make money too. In the turn of event, the Mark, the Mexican Independence Day, became UFC's highest grossing event ever, while also bringing in the biggest gate in the short history of the Sphere. The venue has already played host to some big staging, and it is likely that the UFC will now look to return to try and break these new records. Lastly, it represented the promotion's biggest ever merchandise sale, with several new items made to commemorate the UFC's Notch event. Hopefully I'm saying that Notch event, partner with Riyadh season, Turkey Al-Sheikh and them. The arena brought the chance for fans and fighters to see a once-in-a-lifetime visuals with incredible images beamed on a 160,000 square foot screen. So, yeah, see the screen, how good that look, and that's just us looking at it through a picture. It helped bring to life the event like never before, with stories of country histories beamed for fans to watch in between the proceedings of the Octagon. And UFC production is killing boxing. We all know that. Despite its cost, White will likely be extremely proud of the success of the event, although it may not return in the near future. The promotion hold a current contract with the MGM Grand T-Mobile, so are likely to return to host the events for the time being. So the problem with that is this. The only reason they was allowed to fight at the Sphere was because the T-Mobile chose to pay Canelo to fight at, well, MGM paid Canelo a side fee to fight Berlanga. So in return, they got to deal with UFC, so they allow UFC to go fight at another venue in the Sphere. So without Canelo, pushing them off that date, MGM choosing Canelo, they let them fight at the Sphere. So they would have still been obligated to fight under MGM Grand properties, in which the Sphere is not an MGM Grand property. So in order for them to fight for a property, especially if it was a $20 million debt, they're going to pay the MGM Grand, or wait till that contract is out to pay the MGM Grand to fight at the venue. You know what I'm saying? So, Dana White ain't trying to lose no more money. He ain't even trying to pay his own fighters. So he ain't even trying to pay his own fighters. Let's just start off there. So that's the crazy thing about it. But so let's see. So, they end up doing, I don't know if I said it. They end up doing a $22 million gate. So it was the first event brought to UFC's highest gate of $22 million, breaking $17 million record held by Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez 2017-16. Now, Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga, they drew a $17 million gate and allegedly did anywhere from 650,000 pay-per-views to 750,000. I think most people kind of believe those numbers are inflated. So, so they did 17 million. The UFC did 5 million more in the venue that held about 4,000 less. But then again, those tickets was priced extremely high because of the light show, because of the light show that comes with it. So, so yeah. So, at the end of the day, imagine if they just, somebody just fought on that particular day. Imagine if somebody just fought on that particular day without the opposition being there. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. There was no UFC event Canelo fought. I mean, Canelo numbers might be even bigger. Or imagine if UFC was able to fight at the Sphere, which they wouldn't have without Canelo, but in a hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, UFC, it was talks about how, they still had like 3,000 tickets left and they wasn't moving and they were dropping the prices of the tickets and all that, and they dropped the price of the tickets and ended up still breaking the gate record. So now next time they negotiate with the UFC, with the MGM Grand, now they got some leverage. Now the Spirit ain't gonna put up no site fee like the MGM Grand. MGM damn near own everything on that damn strip, especially that one side of the strip where the Excalibur and New York, and the Hello Kitty Cafe truck was at for a minute. I don't know if it's still there. And the T-Mobile, they bought I think they ended up buying the Monte Cristo, turned that into the Park MGM. They might already own that. They own everything over there. All of them is MGM Grand properties. When you go on their website, all them hotels, New York, all of them is damn near, their properties. They own everything. And now they about to put the Oakland A's over there. They tore down the Olo. Yeah, they tearing down the Olo. Yep, they tearing down the Olo. And that's going to be the A stadium. My thing is that stadium going to be retractable? Because who the hell want to sit outside in the hot ass Vegas sun to watch baseball? That's my only real concern. Like, who want to sit in the hot ass sun and cook and watch them, and watch them play baseball? So I don't know, but hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch. Check out the Patreon. Check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. Check out the Free Game 89 channel. All those links inside the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the podcast from last night. Still on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Kick, Apple Podcasts. Give me a rating on there. Follow me on Kick, Twitch, all them things, and on X as well too. Peace.